What is up, guys? It's Brian here. I'm gonna do something a little different. I always hated making lyrics in front of someone because I always felt weird, because when I make music, when I am writing my lyrics, I mess up so much and I like say words that don't even make sense. I start freestyling and it doesn't make sense. I make up words, but it all comes together. But I wanted to make a video of my process. This is day 3 of the song Feelings, where what I was doing is, I guess I should have clarified how I was doing this. So everyone makes a song and doesn't always finish the lyrics. I do it all the time. Sometimes I make lyrics and then a month later I finish the song. But what I'm doing is a certain topic and I'm going raw. I'm waking up, writing my first verse, how I feel about something. The next day, waking up, I looked at it and I was like, damn, I was really down. Like, I've been going through some shit. And I kept it though, and I just went off of what I'm feeling to that day. And now today, I'm going to write my last verse of how I feel about everything right now. And I just started. So let's get to it. This is going to be interesting. You're not going to be able to hear the music though, sorry. I need to get in tune. All right. Yeah, day 3, I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself or even cherishing the moments. No. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself. Look at what we're going through and hold. Not taking care of yourself. Okay. I have clarity. I understand the severity. Put it over here. This keeps moving. Yeah, I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm alone and I hold nothing. Yeah. Day 3, I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. I like that. Understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health, like looking at my health. How I'm looking at my health. Mental health. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How? Okay, I like that. How? And then go into the how. God, why does this keep happening with this song? Okay. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I even... How? Yeah. Day 3. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I use you as a crutch? Not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I? What am I trying to say here? Basically, what my thought process today, we'll see if this comes out that way. It doesn't always come like that. I'm finally starting to see how to live by myself and focus on what I want and not change for other people. Where the first verse, I was just hurt. I was just like going off, angry. Second verse, I was understanding why I did it and just talking about like what I did. And now the third verse, I'm like, I feel like I just have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I? Okay, let's get to it. Yeah. Day 3, I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I look at it? How could I look at that? Yeah. I'm looking at my health. How? not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I not be? How could I not be? Look, how could I not be? Understand? I'm having a struggle today. Man, understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I even feel? How could I even feel proud? Not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I even feel proud? How could I even? I'm going to save that meltdown. Save that line. Use that somewhere. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I even feel proud every time I melt down? I'm looking at my health. How could I? I'm not taking care of myself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I even? Follow my. How could I? Looking at my health, how could I even feel proud? How could I health now? Taking care of yourself now. Looking at my health, how could I even melt? Struggling, guys. Day 3. Day 3 is a struggle. That's what it is. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I even feel proud when every day I get in a meltdown? I'm looking at my health. How could I even so? Fuck. It's annoying when I rap because I like feel proud, but it doesn't rhyme with yourself now. Looking at my health now. How could I even melt down? Like I don't know. I don't like simple rhymes. Like yeah, I could just do how could I even feel proud, but it doesn't sound as good as looking at my health now. I'm very competitive. I like to be, I don't know, complex with it. I mean, obviously I want to be bigger than just, oh, I'm a rapper. I have clarity. Yeah, day 3. I have clarity. I understand the severity. I'm not taking care of yourself now. I'm looking at my health. How could I even fucking spell out? I'm looking at not taking care. Maybe I should get rid of looking at my health. How I'm not taking care of yourself. Okay. Okay. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I spell out? I gotta figure out what I'm trying to spell out. This is how my brain works. It's so weird. Understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck? Not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I spell out? I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I spell out what I'm trying to say? I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck? You guys are gonna be sick of that first line. This is how it goes. But then once I get going, it's just like I can make a rap in 10 minutes. Sometimes I can make it in an hour. It kills me. I have a clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch like a fuck. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch. Using everybody as a crutch. Everybody has a crush looking for success, but I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch, looking for success, but nobody wants to fucking help out. I don't want to say fucking that many times. Oh, it's only twice. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch, looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Looking for success, but nobody wants to help out here. Nobody has to help out. Everybody has their own problem. Every man for himself. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even... I have clarity. Alright. Get to the spot. There it is. Yeah. Day 3. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch, looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound, looking at... Okay. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound. Waiting for health. I was hellbound, waiting for a meltdown. Everybody tells waiting for a meltdown. Waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? Hey, now it's flowing. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health now. I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like a... Be man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound, waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? Still don't know if that spell out part makes sense. Taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch, looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound, waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? How was... Good? You don't hear the music, so it probably sounds weird. Yeah, day 3. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch, looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound, waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? This is what I need. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Can you come and help now? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. I think I had a wife for this long because I needed help. I really fucked myself up, guys. Clarity. Way Home. Comes out Saturday. Check that out. Yeah, day 3. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch. Looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound, waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I felt... This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I felt like I was suffocating underneath. This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I felt like I was suffocating underneath. This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I felt like I was suffocating underneath everybody else's... A few more lines. This is a shorter verse. This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I felt like. This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I can breathe, but I can breathe, but I'm suffocating. This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I'm suffocating but I'm suffocating underneath. Can you come and help now? This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I'm suffocating underneath everything. But I'm suffocating underneath. And underneath, I had a dream like Martin Luther King. No, I'm not gonna say that. Okay. I gotta see how long this is. Keep going. I'm suffocating underneath. Day 3. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch. Looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound, waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? This is what I mean. I could breathe, but I'm suffocating underneath. Your opinion is what help. Your opinion is the engine to my Your opinion is the engine to my Put everything underneath. I'm still kidding. Underneath. Your opinion is the engine. Your opinion is His opinion is the engine to the. No, but I'm suffocating underneath. Your opinion is the engine to my steam. Does that make sense? Your opinion. Basically, I'm trying to mean like your opinion is what runs my engine. That's not good. Your opinion is the engine to my steam. You're the engine to my steam, my belief, my existence, my lifts. This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I'm suffocating underneath. Your opinion is the engine to my steam, my belief, my existence, but I'm suffocating underneath. Your opinion is. Day 3. I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I even spell out? Using everybody as a crutch. Looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I'm suffocating underneath. Your opinion is the engine to my steam, my belief, my existence, but I am done with my existence and everything I believe, my existence. You know what? I'm gonna have you hear what I'm playing. Now, how the fuck do I even spell out, using everybody's crush, looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound, waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I'm suffocating underneath. Your opinion is the engine to my steam, my belief, my existence. I lived in a dream, but that's what you get. That's all you get. Suffocating underneath. Your opinion is the engine to my steam, my belief, my existence. I lived in a dream. I lived in a dream, but it wasn't my own. It wasn't my own. It wasn't my home. But I'm suffocating underneath. Your opinion is the engine to my steam, my belief, my existence. I lived in a dream, but it wasn't my own. It wasn't my own. It wasn't my own, and it wasn't my home. It was something. It was something I've known. It wasn't my own. It wasn't my home. I felt like I needed a drastic change, and this is the only way that I can go. I feel like I needed to drastically change. Too much left. I have day 3. I have clarity. Understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I even spell out using everybody as a crutch? Looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound, waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I'm suffocating underneath. Your opinion is the engine to my steam, my belief, my existence. I lived in a dream, but it wasn't my own. It wasn't my home. I felt like I needed to drastically change, and this is the only way that I knew how to go. Got me in my motherfucking feelings. Woo! But it wasn't my own, it wasn't my home. I felt like I drastically needed to change, but it wasn't a flow. Don't believe my existence. I lived in a dream, but it wasn't my own. It wasn't my home. I felt like I drastically needed to change, and I drastically needed to change, so I felt like I drastically needed this change, in this quarantine made me alone. Alone. Testing my patience and testing. Maybe alone. Maybe the greatest. Maybe alone. Maybe alone, saying you need to stop worrying about it. Maybe alone, that's where I knew I found myself in. Almost done with this verse. Yeah, day 3, I have clarity. I understand the severity of not taking care of yourself now. How the fuck do I spell out? Using everybody as a crutch. Looking for success, but nobody wants to help out. Every man for himself, and I'm looking at my health. How could I even live like this? I was hellbound, waiting for a meltdown. Can you come and help now? This is what I mean. I can breathe, but I'm suffocating underneath. Your opinion is the engine to my steam, my belief, my existence. I lived in a dream, but it wasn't my own. It wasn't my home. Felt like I drastically needed to change, and this quarantine made me all alone. And this is where I gotta go. But I know you got me in my motherfucking feelings. Woo! I felt like I drastically needed a change, in this quarantine made me this quarantine made me just stay here alone, and that's what I needed, I know. It wasn't my home. I felt like I drastically needed to change, and this quarantine made me do this all alone. And this quarantine finally made me alone. It wasn't my home. I felt like I drastically needed to change, and this quarantine finally made me alone. Finally made me alone. It was like it was blessing, but I know it was, yeah. During all of this shitty, I wish that it wasn't, but this is the only way. Yeah. I wish that it wasn't, but this was the only way that I can grow. That I can grow. I can grow. And my only I wish there wasn't, but this was the only way that I can grow. The only antidote that can grow. And writing about it was my antidote. Don't. Write about my motherfucking feelings. But this was the only way that I can grow. Something with antidote. I felt like I drastically needed to change, and this quarantine finally made me alone. I wish that it wasn't, but this was the only way that I can grow. Only way that I can grow. I realized that this is the. I realized the best. I realized that my only antidote I need. I realized I realize I have. This is the only way that I can grow. I realize I've always had this antidote. Realize I've always had the antidote. There we go. And now I finished. Now it is time for the hard part. I feel like the lyrics are the easy part for me sometimes. Now it's recording, editing, mixing, getting a sense to get mastered. That is the tough part. It's the boring part. But one thing I've learned, master the boring shit and you won't be bored anymore. I love doing it. It's just sometimes starting it, you're like, oh, fuck. I gotta start this. But once I get into it, fucking 5 hours later, I'm like, what the hell did I just do? Waste my time? I didn't waste my time, but like it just went by. That is the process of Brian making a song. That was a lot rougher than usual. Right now, it's funny I say it, the first line is I have clarity. I do in what I'm writing about, but right now I just feel groggy, woke up late. Whatever, that's how it goes. As long as I have the flow sometimes. Today, I probably wouldn't have wrote those lyrics because I'm not feeling it. I mean, sometimes you're not always going to be feeling it, but I like to like really be into it, be like, oh yeah, I want to write these lyrics, and it just flows, and I'm just like freestyling the whole time. But I made this song as an experiment too. Like it could be a hit, I don't know. But I wanted to see how I felt after 3 days. Like I really, really, really wanted to finish the lyrics yesterday because I was on a roll. I was doing so good. But I'm like, no, I said I was going to do 3 days, 3 verses. And it's funny, like I do see the difference. I mean, it's not always going to happen. I mean, I've had days where I feel the same every single day, but that's life, man. You have to... The reason why I did this is because I've been going through some shit. Everyone is. But when you're alone, you're in quarantine, and you feel like you lost someone that you're not talking to anymore, you start overthinking things. You start thinking about past stuff, past relationships, what you did. And I realized that no matter what you're feeling, man, you just gotta embrace it. Realize that emotions don't go away. They change. You just gotta understand that that's life. And, sometimes we think, I mean, I've thought this, oh, I'm never gonna get over this. It's gonna be a year from now. How am I gonna ever get over it? And then a week later, you're over it. It's like, I have to realize that and switch that mindset to say, okay, yeah, it sucks right now. It really does. And I can write about it. I have this as an outlet, which is amazing for me. Otherwise, I would be going crazy. But I need to realize that it's okay to feel this way. Sometimes I feel like it's wrong and I can't reach out to someone, or I can't feel this way. I've always been like that. I always felt like telling someone my problems or feeling this way, I'm defeated. I lost at life. Like, it makes no fucking sense. It's how life is. Even if you're happy in life, something could happen and you just get down and you get yourself up. I'm grateful for everything I have. I have a life. I have a house or apartment. I have my dog. I have a family. Like, not everyone has that shit, and I realize that. Also, way home. It's kind of what all this is about. Find your way home in your heart, not four walls, not where you are currently in your state, or I mean, like, literally state, not mental state, or where you're living. Like, it's in your heart. Wherever you go, if you travel the world, your home should still be with you. And that's what you gotta find, and that's what I'm noticing with this journey I have. You know I make life seem so, like, not complicated, but like, you have to find your way home and blah blah blah. But like, I don't want to live the rest of my life just going by. I want to actually do what I want to do, and I'm sick of being the person and saying, I wish I was this, I wish I was that. No, I'm gonna be that person, and you guys are gonna wish you were me. That's what I want. And then not only that, I want you to follow along and do it too. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm on top of the world, look at me. No, I want a fucking army. And that's it. That's what Vision X is. I don't even know if I'm gonna release this ever. I'm gonna save it. Probably the first fucking 15 minutes were boring as shit. All I said was I have clarity, understand the severity, for like 15 minutes. But I love you guys. I hope that I can save this video and see if I grow and look back at this and be like, wow, this is funny. I mean, it's good memory. But I love you guys. I hope you stay tuned with Vision X. I hope you follow along. If you do, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. This is a passion of mine. I'm 29 years old. I started doing this when I was fucking 13, and I just couldn't get myself to have the courage to just push through it. And I am now. I'm working hard and not just making music. I'm trying to find ways to promote and finally get off my ass, figuratively, and stop being such an introvert. I am an introvert, that's fine, but I want to get my music out there, so why not do it? Stop being afraid. I was always afraid that my music wasn't good enough, and I still do that. I'll listen to a song, I'm like, this is amazing. I'll text everyone, show people that I know their song, and then a week later, I'm like, fuck, I don't like this song at all. It's just me as an artist, but it's a good and a bad thing. It just makes me want to keep striving for more. But at the same time, I got to realize this is good enough. Just release it. I've listened to Kato the other day. He's one of the producers that I follow along with. He was saying a lot of the unreleased shit that people have on their hard drive, because they're like scared to show it, or they think it's that's some of the best fucking hits that people, that when they release it, everyone loves, because it's not only about what you think. I think we're afraid of it because we know it's good, but it's different. It's not what we're used to, but different is what people love. Not always the same shit over and over again. And I realized that, like, my first two albums, there was the same shit. I felt so dark. And yeah, I was going through that time, but it just felt way too dark that people couldn't even relate. They could probably relate to the lyrics, but it's like, whoa, I don't even listen to those albums. I don't like to, because I'm not in that place in my life. And even if I was, I don't. Like, the Purpose album, my third album, I can listen to it, but I see the flaws in it. I was rushing through it. The album doesn't have like a cohesive feel to it. I was just putting all the songs that I've made. And now that I have a catalog, I'm only making songs, or I'm only putting songs on an album that fit. And that's what you should do. Like, I'm not going to put a club dance song with a fucking dark, deep, heavy-ass song right back to back or even on the same album. So what I decided to do is I've been really on this, I wouldn't say pop, but kind of pop. I'm trying to find myself as an artist, and I do love pop records that, you know, are very catchy. Not the stupid ones, but like the ones that are very catchy and are very thoughtful, but people can dance along to or sing along to or get the vibe, just like Way Home on Saturday that when it comes out. That is what I'm looking to create. And I'm gonna make 2 albums and they're gonna coincide with each other. It's gonna be like a side A, side B, like back in the day when you had two, you flip over the CD. It's gonna be 2 sides of me because I had 2 sides of me. Like I have my, I'm gonna have my heavy songs. They're not gonna be as dark, but they're gonna be heavy. Gonna be like banging, like for the true like the true people that love to listen to rap and they like to like, yeah, just be like this, like that. I got those songs, and those are all gonna be on one album. Then I got all my pop songs, the sad ones, the slower ones, you know, those kind of songs that have the vibe of like more upbeat or even sad, lonely. And then the dark ones, not even dark, but like the heavy banging, like in your face kind of songs. Like I don't feel like that would go with Way Home or a couple of the songs that I've made. But stay tuned for that. I'm gonna release them kind of back to back, like maybe 1 month after the other. I haven't decided how many songs. I have about 8 or 9 on one already, like 5 or 6 on the other. Maybe shoot for 10 or 11. There's just so many fucking songs I'm making every day. I don't want to stop. I love it. But if I release this ever and you stay tuned through the whole thing, thank you. Hopefully it was fun for you. It was fun for me. I've never done this before. And I'm going to go record this shit. Hope you like it. Peace.